Home Depot's Guardian of the Gourds animatronic. This is a 7-foot prop, and the reason he's so high is just because of his hat. This is a 6-foot tall person. It's the same height without the hat, so he might not be as big as we think, but his mouth moves. Now that's a big deal on a prop because a lot of them haven't had mouth movement recently. And his eyes light up, and I think his head turns. It does. So we're gonna unbox him. It says on the box that he's also got a lights only mode, which is super cool. I like doing that, especially for the overview in the video. Thought this was going to be a pull-out tray for a second. Maybe copy and spirit. All right, we got some clothing. And a stick log piece. These are pretty heavy. 2 pieces of foam. And there's an interesting smell coming out of his box. There's the top of his head with 4 Velcro points. Those have got to be for the hat. And there's the mouth. Now, it's pretty detailed, this whole face. It's hard plastic. There's no latex anywhere on here. And this connector reminds me of the Night Terror animatronic. But overall, it looks really good so far. I don't know what company made him. I don't see any Jemmy tags or anything in there yet. Here's his hat. And this straw is going to be all over the floor by the end of today's video. Here's the hip loop piece built in. I feel like this exact piece we saw on another animatronic. I don't remember which one. Definitely a Home Depot prop though. The upper torso. This looks like such a simple build, and it's like raining cardboard in here. We got a few connectors, and it looks like it's waterproof, but I'm sure it's not. But yeah, we got the lights only mode right there. That's pretty cool. He's got that crow. I need to look at the front of the box again. So he's got a staff thing that he holds, which is going to be at the top of the stick that the crow bird thing is standing on. Here's one of his hands. Hard plastic. Don't know what that notch is in the side for. Here's the other one. It does not have that notch in it, but the underside has this piece. We got a bag with the power adapter. There's 2 separate pieces to that, and the instructions. Now we're gonna check what this power is rated at here. This is what the adapter looks like, and it says on this side 5.9 volt, 2 amp. There's a few more things in this box. This is the base in 2 separate pieces. It's gonna be a pretty big base. And lastly, 2 leg poles. They are not the same. One's labeled C and the other D. Here's an overview of all the parts, starting with the base in 2 pieces, both leg poles, the clothing, instructions, bag of cotter pins, the 2 pieces of the adapter. There is the bird with the staff wooden poles. We've got one of the arms, the hat, other arm, the creepy head with that mouth that moves, 2 leg foams, the hip piece, and the upper torso with the control box. Starting off the build with the base, there is 2 sections to it. In the front has this notch up here right in the middle. That's going to connect the wooden staff with the bird on top later. You want to line both of these snap lock poles up, lay it on the side, push them in with your thumbs, and click them in. Just like that. And then we got a pole labeled B and A. C goes to A and B goes to D. These are snap locks as well. There's that one. And this pole labeled D goes on top of B. Just like that. They got some room to wiggle here. And that's when we're going to put this foam over them. I don't know how far it recommends going, but I think right here to the halfway point. And then the hip piece on top of this. Now, if you have these leg pulls backwards, this will not fit. So if you're struggling on this step, then just switch these poles. There we go, got them both. Onto the upper torso piece, which it looks like it's almost a weighed down sandbag up here, but it's just filled with stuffing. This snap locks on. Now is a great time to plug the power adapter in. There's two pieces to this adapter, the one that plugs into the wall, and you want to connect this to the long wire and screw that piece in. Also, untwist tying this cord. I'm going to tuck mine under this hip loop piece and plug it in right here. So there is a step pad jack, as well as that lights on only mode I was talking about earlier. There is the timer or sensor, which I'm going to have mine on, and if you really want to, you can have them always off, which I don't know why you do that, or that mode's also a step pad. Now it's time for the clothes. This is what they look like, and we're going to put them over the torso and pull them all the way down. Moving to the arms, I'm going to start with the one that has the notch down in there. We're going to feed this up the sleeve, and it is a fork hook connector. There is Velcro at the end of the sleeve that I will tack onto the wrist. There is a fork hook connector up here, but since the Velcro isn't high enough, you're not going to be able to see it. But I had to put my arm all the way up in here. Someone that doesn't know how to build these props, if this is their first, I don't know how they line it up. I've only done this a couple hundred times, so like I know what to reach for in there, but I don't know how a regular person, as a first Halloween prop builder, would get that in. On the other side, we're doing this arm now. Also has that keep off, don't climb or sit on this. We're gonna cut that in just a few minutes. And this sleeve over here is way bigger. Slid on much easier as well. And there's that Velcro that I'm tacking on. And this is just a game that you gotta feel for it and connect it in. Like there I only got one, now I got both. This is how he looks. The arms might need to get posed, not totally sure, but you want to flick this over the back again. Moving on to building the stick with the crow bird. You just want to twist it till it finds its spot right there, and twist it about 20 degrees. So we got it partially built. And then this bird screws in as well. There we go. It's gonna go over the notch on the base. And then up here where the hand is, that connector just slides in like that. And then the reason this notch is on his hand is because this one's gonna overlap with it. Just like that. But it is popping out, so I gotta push down a little bit harder. Moving on to the head, we're gonna put the hat on right now because you're not gonna be able to see it up there. Also, this thing keeps popping out of place, and even when I push on it, it just sounds like I'm gonna crack the plastic. His hands overlap just fine, but this piece right here should have been like 3 times as long. So I might have to glue this on or something. Hopefully it just stays in place for the demo, but even if I just do that, it pops right out. For the hat, you wanna find the spot that has no straw over it right here in the front. Start by Velcroing that piece on, and then the other 4 as well. The hat looks really good on him. I like how they had the connector pretty far back so it doesn't hit on his jaw when it opens. This is a very interesting type of connector, and it's gonna slide in right here. Just connected that in, and spinning it around for the last time to connect the wire from his head, and there goes the crow falling off again, hitting the wall. So here's the wire coming down. Don't know how well you guys are gonna see this connector, but there it is, and I'm screwing it on. Once again, we're on that sensor mode, full volume. And this is how he looks. Yep, that's how he looks right there, guys. I'm gonna connect him for the last time, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to glue it on temporarily or something, but we're gonna get on to the demo.
I sense the presence of unsuspecting souls. Step closer and embrace the shadows that dwell within. 'Tis alive with fear. I can smell it in the air. Come closer. Let me feast upon your terror. You cannot hide from the darkness. It claims all who dare enter my realm. The winds carry whispers of doom. Can you hear them? You have entered the garden of despair, and you shall never leave. Soon you will belong to the shadows, just like the others before you. Step forward, foolish mortal. Your curiosity has sealed your fate. I welcome you to the land of eternal night. The shadows hunger for a new soul, and they will not be denied. I see you've wandered too far this time. The darkness knows your name now. It is waiting for you. Once you enter, there is no escape. You are mine forevermore.
Overall, I really like this animatronic. The face looks really creepy, and I love that the mouth moves and the eyes light up. The only downside of this is that you have to glue the crow in, or maybe my hole in there isn't wide enough. As you can see, there's some space, but I feel like I pushed it in further than that before, but it will keep popping out because this animatronic rocks quite a bit. Also, he does have the head turn left and right, all for the price of $130, which is not bad. That's comparable to the Two-Faced Teddy from Spirit Halloween this year, which I know a lot of people have been hating on, so maybe this will one-up them. Anyways, if you do want to buy it, it'll be in store this year, and if you want them right now, you can purchase them from the link in the description. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.